Hi, I'm Drew.
I'm Scott.
Welcome to Every Man's Whiskey.
On today's episode, we're going up a creek.
Without a paddle.
So Drew, before we jump into Knob Creek, welcome to episode 11. We're officially halfway through season 1.
That's really exciting.
Congrats.
Oh, congratulations to you.
Thank you. And we thank you for watching, following along. If you haven't subscribed, please do. Share the videos, ring the bell so you're alerted as well.
Yeah, definitely. And I'm really excited about today's episode. We've got the Knob Creek small batch. Then we have the Knob Creek 9-year single barrel and the Knob Creek 12-year.
I've never had any Knob Creek, so excited to learn about it, experience it, and make some recommendations.
Yeah, I'm excited too, so let's dive in. For our first tasting today, we're going to the Knob Creek Kentucky Straight Bourbon Whiskey 100 proof small batch. And this one is considered their
original.
Standard.
Yep, their staple.
Yep.
Which brings us to fact number 1. Knob Creek was started by Booker Noe. Booker Noe is a legend in the bourbon industry. He is the great-grandson of Jim Beam. And this was started in 92, and the concept of a small batch...
Wait, 1892 or
1992.
1992.
So it's new. It's relatively young.
Okay.
And it was a time when small batch, higher priced bourbons weren't really a thing. It was before the bourbon boom. And so he took a risk, and it took a lot of work. Didn't happen overnight, but it obviously grew tremendously. And Booker Noe is credited with being kind of one of the grandfathers of the new small batch bourbon boom that you and I get to enjoy today.
That's exciting.
Yeah. Thanks,
I like
Booker.
That. Yeah.
He's no longer with us, but appreciate his work.
Well, God rest Booker. All right. So this one is it's a nice amber color. It's a really, really beautiful one. I'm liking that. On the nose, getting some caramel, getting some oak, hint of vanilla.
Agreed. Pretty standard with the oak vanilla.
Yep. Let's go in for it. For the first tasting of the day, it's a hair on the harsh side.
100 proof.
It is 100 proof though, so a lot, you got a lot going on there. You get that oak and caramel right up front.
Vanilla, oak, caramel for sure. It has a little bit of a linger after the first sip.
It does.
Hangs around.
Yeah. And actually the vanilla lingers the most. So I'm kind of enjoying that a lot.
I like it. After sip 2, I'd say it's very enjoyable. Continue to pick up the same notes as before. Nothing too crazy complex, but for a staple, 100 proof. 100 proof, it's not like, blowing me away with alcohol.
Yeah.
It's good.
So on the back end, you get some oak and some spice. Has a good linger. This bottle is $30. Very readily available. For our next tasting, we're going to the Knob Creek Single Barrel Reserve 9-year whiskey.
This one's produced in Claremont, Kentucky. All the Knob Creek series is in the Jim Beam distillery, along with 3 other small batch bourbons that started around the same time. Booker's, Baker's, Basil Hayden's, not to be confused with Beats, Bears. Let's go. Not to be confused with Bears, Beats,
Battlestar
Galactica.
Nice.
It's produced by, or owned by Beam Suntory, which we learned during the Makers episode, is the 3rd largest producer of distilled spirits in the world.
Mm-hmm.
So pretty huge.
Awesome. Cool. I'm excited about trying this. I really liked your Bears Beats Battlestar Galactica reference.
Thank you.
It's
a lot of B's
nice.
In all these facts.
Yeah, and yet Knob Creek doesn't start with a B,
I know,
but the
it's
other
like
3
the
did.
redheaded stepchild.
I kind of wish that it would have.
The siblings.
You know? Hot. A rose by any other name should smell as sweet. This one is a dark amber color. And on the nose, ooh, that is
A lot more complex than the
lot
first
more
one. Was pretty
complex.
standard.
yeah,
I didn't have a lot to say about the first one.
So this I'm getting
Apple,
apple, caramel,
toffee,
brown
a little
sugar.
bit. Yeah,
Yeah,
it's sweet.
yeah, it's very sweet. I'm excited about trying this guy. So we're just gonna go for it.
Creamy, sweet.
It's very rich.
There's a lot going on.
Really, really good flavors.
In a good
on
way.
this. Yeah. Man.
Like a little like maple syrup.
In the back, yeah, I'm getting that. It's very caramel, apple. This had really good flavors to it. They mesh really well, but still pretty complex.
What proof is this?
This one's 120 proof.
I would not have guessed that. It's very like creamy, I would say, is a fair way to describe it. And has a lot of really good flavors.
Yeah. That's really solid. So this bottle is $50. Decently readily available at like liquor stores. But you're not gonna find it at Walmart or something like that. But I'm going in for the last sip.
I already had my last sip. It was so good. Pushed through it.
That is tasty.
Solid effort from Knob Creek.
Well done. For our last tasting today, we're going to the Knob Creek 12 year.
I don't know how you topped the last one we had. It was very good, but that leads us to fact number 3. Knob Creek's old school. They're not an old school necessarily brand, but they throw it back with how they produce it. So they're going with the higher alcohol content. They're going with the smaller batch. And they age it longer than most of these. So the original we had, there's a 9 years. So that's not, most are younger than that.
Right.
So kind of a throwback to pre-prohibition style. Stronger, more flavor, like the good Lord intended.
Yeah, I like that. And do you know what it has to be a bourbon? Is it 3 years?
I thought it was more than that. I'm not sure. You would know that before I would.
Okay. All right. I think it was 3. Cameraman Jeremy will put it right here.
Or right here. His choice.
Or both. Because that'd be decently entertaining.
Yeah.
Anyways. Alright. This one, it's darker than the last. It's got that.
It is darker. The darkest of the 3 we've tried.
Yep. So, which I mean, it's aged for 12 years. So that
what proof are we
makes
working
sense.
with here?
This one, we're dropping back down to 100.
Okay, thank you.
Something nice and easy for you. Alright. On the nose. It's creamy like the last, but kind of the same flavors of the first. You get the
pretty
oak,
standard
vanilla
scents from
caramel.
a bourbon.
Yep.
The classics.
Yep. Okay, going in for the taste.
Mm-hmm.
You can taste the oak and the vanilla right up front.
To me, it's really similar to the first one, except I don't know. It feels a little stronger.
It's richer. It's richer in flavor.
A richer version of the first one, which
Right.
makes sense. It's just been barreled a little longer. Sat in the barrel 3 more years. But, yeah.
Getting a hint of leather.
What does that mean? A hint of leather. Like you've eaten leather before?
No,
I see that in tasting notes, and I don't know what that means.
Okay, so to me, the leather comes off more as like a smell-taste combination.
Okay.
Okay, so think of like a fresh leather, and you're like, oh man, but then it's almost like it gets in your mouth that you taste it.
Like that new car smell?
Yeah, kind of.
Okay.
So that's when I say leather, then
I don't
that's
pick up
what
on
I
the
feel.
leather, but
Okay.
I do pick up more strongly on the oak, the vanilla, the caramel that we had in the first one, the 9 year.
Yeah, fair enough.
They're
So
more prominent.
It's also a little bit drier.
I'd agree with that. Drier.
Yeah.
It doesn't have like as long as a finish maybe as the first one, but I can feel the proof, the 100 proof a little bit more on this one. It's solid. It's
very solid. You got on the back end.
The finish.
Yeah, the finish. I'm getting that leather. I'm getting some
A little pepper.
tobacco.
Okay, I don't get that, but I get pepper.
Okay. And oak, of course. A lot of oak. So, this guy is $60 and decently available as well. So, Scott.
So, Drew.
Knob Creek.
Knob Creek. It was quite a journey. We have some conclusions to share from our perspective.
Yep. The clear winner in my mind is going to be the single barrel.
And you know I hate agreeing with you.
Mm-hmm. Naturally.
But I would 100% concur. That is my clear winner and the one that I chose to toast with.
As did I. So, the original at 30 is really solid.
Great staple bourbon.
Oh, yeah, definitely.
I mean, I appreciate that it's aged longer, the higher proof. There's some good flavors going on for like a standard bourbon.
Yeah, I didn't have any qualms about it.
No.
It's just that compared to the single,
100% agree.
Yeah.
Clearly, I agree.
And then with this guy, he had, the flavors were richer and deeper, but I didn't see the value of twice as much.
3 more years in the barrel, there's richer flavor, but the value's not there, I agree.
Yeah. So, there you go.
The single barrel, but should be noted, potential slight variation because it is a single barrel from barrel to barrel with the varying climate in Claremont, Kentucky.
Yeah, each barrel can taste different.
Not significantly, probably.
Not significantly, but it can. The subtle notes will be different.
Yep.
The charring on each barrel is different, which adds into the flavor profile, plus the temperature, the time of year, all that.
Yeah, totally.
It's all a combination.
It's a really good bourbon.
But it is a really good bourbon. So, thanks for joining us today on Every Man's Whiskey.
As always, please be sure to like, share, subscribe, ring that bell.
And remember, quality over quantity.
Drink responsibly. I thought you were good at what you do. I didn't say one.
Yeah, there's a difference between me being good at what I do and me having to spend an extra 5 minutes because you couldn't take 2 seconds to pause before the video clip.
He gets angry. He already drank, and he gets angry when he drinks, people. It's unbearable. Let's go.
I'm busy playing the violin for
In 3,
I don't get paid enough
2.
for this.
So, Drew, before we dive into Knob Creek, are you slurping on camera? Seriously?
Yes, he is.
Gosh. Take the whole cap off.
Nope.
Oh my gosh.
The whole time I'm gonna be like,
In 3, 2. There's like an angry energy today. I kind of like it. All around. Bunch of jerks.